2024 Your Money, Your Vote election road trip rolls on. And we, Royal We, have found our way to Kent County, Michigan. It's one of 3 counties that flipped back to Biden 4 years ago after going for Trump in 2016. Winning Kent might be critical to grabbing Michigan's 15 electoral college votes. Brian Sullivan is live. He's in Grand Rapids with more on what we need to know ahead of the election. A road trip. I hear road trip, I think Animal House immediately, and I'm just wondering whether there's anything like that happening on, have you seen Otis Day and the Knights or any of that? That's why I looked up and found out Robert Cray was actually one of the actors in that band. Anything like that?
I'll paraphrase it. It's a family show. You messed up. You trusted us, right? So I'll just go there. Hey, Otis, he loves us. I could say the Rapids are not so grand since they dammed them up, but this county is going to be grand for either Trump or Harris, and maybe third-party candidates could play a big role in that as well, guys. Just very quickly, this is of the 3 states in our road trip: Monday, Erie, Pennsylvania; today, Kent County, Michigan, of which Grand Rapids is the biggest city. And then we've got Kenosha, Wisconsin, and that surrounding area. By far the biggest, 650,000 people. So a lot of votes here to be had. Very critical. Trump, then back to Biden. Part of that so-called blue wall, which we'll get to in just a minute here. Here's one of the things interesting about this county. It's one of the few that we're at where the unemployment rate has actually gone up over the last 4 years. You had about 2.3, pretty much statistical full employment, guys, in December of 2019 before COVID hit. We're at 4 now. That's still low, but it's one of the few counties, of the swing counties that we're covering, where the unemployment rate actually ticked up. So you talked about Animal House. You talked about maybe a little allusion to drinking, so why not? Yesterday, when we rolled into town, we decided to visit a brew pub down in Wyoming, Michigan, not just right here in city center, but sort of that middle ring, inner ring, which could swing the election. Great guy, Linus DePauli, owns a brew pub. He's a Brazilian native, used to work for Ford, owns a brew pub called Three Gatos, Three Cats Brewery. And I just asked him, how are his sales and how is his customer spending going? And he said it's actually gotten a little worse. Listen.
I've seen spending gone down, and the amount of people that come in go down. I mean, of course, there are seasonality effects in this business, in any business, in any area. But if I compare like summer this year versus summer last year, there was a massive decrease, and not just for us, but for similar business in the area.
You know, he said that the price of his French fries, the wholesale price went up 40%. He had a big post-COVID pop, guys. So who knows if that downturn is just from a super high level post-COVID or the start of something, inflation, a major story here in Michigan. And this is a critical county in a critical state, along with Saginaw County, which is really one of the only 2 of the 3. One is very tiny up in the northwest corner that flipped.
Right. Where's next, Brian?
Well, today we're going to be kind of moving around, talking about the inflation story, that sort of suburban middle ring. You know, downtown a little more blue, the middle ring a little more purple, and then out in the sort of the more rural area, more red. So we're going to kind of do that a little bit today. And then on Friday, well, tomorrow we're going to be driving to Wisconsin, go through Chicago, and up into Kenosha. Kenosha, maybe some people say, is not a swing county necessarily, Joe, but there's our route. But the reality is that all those sort of lower Milwaukee, western Milwaukee suburbs, along with Sauk County, which is just north of Madison, where the university is, that's obviously very blue, those are going to determine how this whole thing comes out. And there was an article yesterday from NBC News about the campaign worried about the so-called blue wall cracking.
You got to hug the lakes there, because that's where the factories are located along the lakes. That's why they're so key, and why you've got the union activity and the question on what's going to happen with some of those things there too, Brian.
Yeah, and each of these counties has something in common. And they've all voted together, by the way, these blue wall states, PA, Michigan, Wisconsin, every time since 1988. They go together. That's why they call it the blue wall. Now some are saying maybe they don't go together for the first time in 36 years, because while they are similar, there's differences. Erie has got a lot of problems. Erie, I love the people we met, but let's be honest, 24% poverty, poorest urban zip code in the United States. Grand Rapids is a nice city. It's got billionaire benefactors in the DeVos family and the Meyer retail family. Kenosha kind of in the middle. And each of these counties does have something in common, though. They've got a sort of an urban core, which tends to go more blue, call that 80-20, blue to red. They've got a suburban middle ring, which call that 50-50. And then you've got the rural outer ring, called that 80-20, red to blue. And that middle ring, that sort of suburban ring in the middle, north of here 10 miles, east of here 10 miles, that will determine the election. Probably not Grand Rapids, probably not the rural areas, guys, but that middle suburban ring is where it's all going to be decided.
Yeah, Dukakis lost one. You're right. That was the 88 and HW won one. That the blue. That's the last time that it wasn't all in sync. All right, I think we got to go, Brian. But we will see you soon. Have fun.
Thank you. You will.
Road trip.
Thanks, Brian.